What's happening, everyone? TomGorian here. Welcome to episode number 11 of the F124 Alpine to Glory. Today, we arrive at the Temple of Speed, Monza, the Italian Grand Prix, round number 11 of Season 1 of the Alpine to Glory series. As you can see, we are tied for 4th place in the Drivers' Championship with Fernando Alonso with only 6 races to go, including this one. Check out the previous race at the Netherlands. We were truly and utterly in the mud, and subscribe to the channel for more F124 career mode content, plus league racing, plus general F1 videos. So we're gonna come in towards the Italian Grand Prix with these specialist goals. As you can see, we're just making sure that we are selecting our goals, complete the race strategy practice program on 2 different tyres, or complete a lap, or I think it's with 2 different tyres. I didn't really read it. After our DNF failure with the gearbox, we now have a point to prove with only 6 races to go left of Season 1. We have 629 resource points, so I'm debating if we should do anything with these resource points. Let's see if we can try and get... I mean, we can get a front downforce upgrade. That's a minor one. There's secondary wing flaps for 520 resource points. If we can try and get ahead of the RBs, that would be amazing. We've got the roll dampers upgrade. That's a minor tire wear one. That will be coming right before the Singapore Grand Prix, and since we are losing the race in the chassis department, then we are going to pretty much do that. We get the rear halo upgrade. That is for the... is it downforce or is it chassis? No, it's downforce. That is the rear downforce upgrade. The secondary wing flaps, that's coming in 20 days. That's coming before the Singapore Grand Prix, and hopefully that should take us ahead of Aston Martin. So, with no upgrades coming this weekend, it's time to focus on speed.
They call it the Temple of Speed, and the pilgrims have come to worship. It's all about the speed today. Qualifying awaits us. Welcome to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix.
So here we are, qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, and engine power and straight line speed is what really matters. The less downforce you can get away with, the better. As far as the setup that I'm running, as you can see, look at the train behind me. I mean, I know we're 13 minutes in, but already, like, the traffic that I suffered in practice was a bit of a joke, especially on this game. As you can see, first lap 20.6. We lost a lot of time in sector 1, mainly the first and second chicane, simply because of traffic. We go again for our second run, and as you can see, we're entering Parabolica, and we're just over 5 tenths up. We actually gain half a tenth there on the exit. So this setup is more aggressive as far as the wing values. We are running, I think it's 8.0, just to try and maximize the rotation with the medium to high speed corners. By the way, if you are playing F124, especially after the recent patch update, can someone please let me know if they've added more understeer back into the game? Simply because I'm just struggling. I'm over dramatic with that. I'm not struggling. I just can't find the adaptation as far as the balance of the car is concerned, to the point where I'm noticing more understeer in medium speed corners and more understeer in high speed corners and more oversteer in slow speed. But as you can see, we are purple in sector 1, so we are looking for what, let's say a 19.5, maybe a 19.6 if we're close enough. And so far it looks like a 19.6 is good enough, which will land us, I think it's 10th or 9th. So we need to nail pretty much Parabolica if we want to try and get a 19.4 here. And as you can see, look at the car just grips up. And we do lose a slight chunk of time, but we do gain some of it back as we cross the line. I think that's a 19.6, which puts us 9th place. 9th place, that's actually not bad. I'll take that. 9th place, and I think we are ahead of our teammate. Let's see, so I think P9 and yeah, 19.6. Just, what, that's half a tenth ahead of our teammate, so that's very close. George Russell on pole position, Valtteri Bottas in 6th, Albon in 8th, Alonso and Hamilton 11th and 12th. We've out-qualified 2 drivers who have 9 world championships between them, so that's a W. That's a W qualifying, considering that Alpine and the Renault engine ain't really that quick. You know, it's probably arguably the slowest engine on the grid. A 9th and a 10th, we'll take that into the race.
Welcome to the home of the Parabolica, now known as the Curva Alboreto in tribute to the Italian motorsport legend Michele Alboreto. It's a long right-hander. It dares you to keep your foot as far down on the throttle as you possibly can. It's one of the great corners on the calendar, and we're here at Monza, ahead of the Italian Grand Prix. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6 mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes. And with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Bottas, Sainz, Albon, Thomas, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Magnussen, Perez, Joe, Stroll, Sargent, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers...
Welcome to the grid here at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix, starting from P9 on the grid. My teammate Pierre Gasly is in P10, so a good qualifying for the Alpine boys, considering that this should be our worst circuit, considering how bad our chassis is and how bad our engine truly is compared to the Honda and also the Ferrari and of course the Mercedes. Their setup pretty much, we're going to go 8-0 on the wing values, and we're going to try and go a bit of an uneven tyre pressures, just so that the front rights can just help with the tyre wear, because apparently, less pressure equals more temperature, which doesn't make any sense in this game. Strategy, we're going to go mediums to hards. I was thinking of softs, but as you can see, everyone else is going to go on the mediums, so we're going to do the exact same thing, and hopefully score some points.
The formation lap gets underway here at this historic track in Italy. Some monumental moments in history have come from right here. Will we be treated to another today? As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can, and they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, and failing that, within the points.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, for round number 11 of the Season 1 Alpine to Glory, starting from 9th place in the Italian Grand Prix. It's been a decent season. We've achieved everything else. We've been exceeding our expectations, and we are set to be going here at Monza. Round 11 for the Italian Grand Prix in 5 red lights. Quick hold, and away we go. Albon gets an amazing start, so does Sainz. I think we kind of bogged down just a little bit as we go in towards turn 1. Leclerc's on the inside. I think Charles Leclerc takes the lead as we go in towards turn 1. This is going to be very crowded indeed. In towards the first chicane, around the outside of Alex Albon. Gasly's been swallowed by Fernando Alonso, and that's not good, but Gasly takes the place back as we now go in towards... that's not parabolic. I forgot my corner names. The second chicane, as we're going to go around the outside of Carlos Sainz. Can we try and get the move done? We force him out wide, and yes, we do. We get Carlos Sainz around the outside, and that puts us in towards P7. And since Bottas is in our way, we clearly have the better car compared to the Kick Sauber, and that is now P6 in 2.5 sectors. So not bad. Now we're going to have to try and keep up with the AI. Now, I will say this. The one thing that's bad about... Oh, look at that fast lap there, 21.6. The one thing that is bad about the AI at Monza is that they hold each other up so much to the point where, as you can see, look, they're nearly going 3 wide in towards the first chicane, and by the time we get to the exit of the second corner, I've made literally 7 attempts in the space of the corner. So it's so easy to keep up with the DRS on the AI as we get a cheeky move on George Russell for P5 in this race, and that's simply because of the AI. Like, it's so unrealistic. The AI battle with each other so hard around Monza, especially at the first chicane, the second chicane. They don't really battle each other too much in towards Ascari, but it is noticeable, and you will see it in this video. And once again, we're battling with George Russell. I'm trying to produce the smartest possible race as I can, because if I play my cards right, chances are we could be on for a victory here at Monza, surprisingly, from 9th in the grid, as we force our way past George Russell, and now we can try and just hold on towards the the McLaren of Oscar Piastri. However, Russell does get us back on lap 11, and I'm thinking, because there's a massive train of, 5 cars from Russell downwards to Charles Leclerc, because they're going to hold each other up and I'm going to be losing at least a couple attempts per lap, we're going to try and go early. We're going to go on lap 11, we're going to go 1 lap early for our box and trigger the undercut. As you can see, there is confirmation of the pit window. Lap 12 to 19, C3 hard tyres, pretty much the softest hard tyres in the Pirelli range. And as you can see, 2.5, we get held for 2.5, just over 2 seconds. I don't know what was going on there with the pit crew, but clearly something wasn't right. I don't know if it was the rear tyre or something, but we've lost 2 whole seconds. We've lost 2 whole seconds, and that could really screw us over as far as trying to win this race. As you can see, 43.4, and yeah, not really a yellow, not really a green sector, as we get Fernando and also Yuki Tsunoda in towards turn 1. Yeah, I did have some issues with turn 1 as far as just braking. I kept braking too early. I kept braking at the 150 meter board, but you're supposed to be braking either at the 100 meter board or, oh, hang on, here it is, Verstappen trying to go around the outside of Verstappen. This could be a repeat of Italy 2021 in towards turn 2. Verstappen just remains ahead there. We jumped Norris as well with the undercut, and I honestly thought that there was a chance that we could have tried and got Verstappen. But now we're following Verstappen with the DRS. We're going to overtake Verstappen. There's Piastri. There's also George Russell. We are now in P4. And I don't know if you noticed, but because of the fact that we were held in our box, Charles Leclerc is now at least 5 seconds ahead in the race lead. So I think the race win is now gone with only 12 laps to go. Now we have to try and fight Russell and also Piastri for the remaining podium positions. However, Leclerc 21.6. Wow. So Leclerc has been posting the same lap time as us on a harder compound. So I don't know if that's really a good sign or whatever. But let's see what our lap time is. If that's going to be a 21.5. Okay, 21.5 for us, and Verstappen, who passed us, does 21.2. So clearly, Verstappen in the Red Bull 3 times quicker. And as you can see, I'm not trying to lose any time, because I'm thinking that we can still try and catch Charles Leclerc for the race win. As you can see, there goes Oscar Piastri. He's going to go through, but we're closing on George Russell. There goes Piastri in towards P4. We make a bit of contact with his rear left tyre there. Thank goodness this saw normal damage, as otherwise we would have had a damaged front wing, and Piastri would have been like Lando Norris in Austria a couple of weeks ago with that rear puncture. Lap 19, Piastri, fast lap of the race, McLaren really flexing their muscles there. It's nearly 3 wide, going in towards turn 1. Now, we have to try and make a decision. We're going to try and go on the inside of Oscar Piastri, and we do, and we retain P4. So, and since Verstappen doesn't have any battery. We overtake the Dutchman, and we are now back in towards P3 in the Italian Grand Prix. So I'm trying to play this cool now. I'm trying to save on my battery. I'm trying to just wait until the last couple of laps. But as you can see, yeah, again, I just broke too early there. It's a muscle memory thing. I keep braking at the 150 meter board, but clearly you can brake at 100 meters on this game in towards turn 1 at Monza. So now with the two McLarens, this race now completely changes as the yellow flag. That's Max Verstappen. Verstappen is out. Max Verstappen is out of the Italian Grand Prix as an engine failure on lap 22. And Red Bull are in the mud. Just like how we were in the mud in the previous episode, Verstappen is now retired with an engine failure, and that is not good. Not good for Max's chances at the World Championship this season. I mean, I don't even know. I think he's miles ahead anyway. But as you can see, lap 24, Russell. Why is Russell going slowly? Russell has got an engine failure of his own, and Russell, just like Verstappen, is out of the Italian Grand Prix, which means now with 2 laps to go, we could legitimately be on a podium here at Monza. So what I'm going to do, it's all about the DRS. I'm going to let Oscar Piastri go by on the penultimate lap and keep with him, so that hopefully by the start, finish straight, I can get the DRS and burn all of my battery to try and get him on the exit of maybe turn 2 or even the entry of turn 3 or turn 4. But as you can see, Piastri, that McLaren is so fast in a straight line. He's going to force us to the outside. Can we do a switchback? No, we're going to hold it around the outside. We bang wheels once, we bang wheels twice. We're going to try and force him onto the grass. That doesn't work. Here comes Lando Norris. Norris gets past. Norris takes second place, and Lando's now on the podium. So now Lando is in second place. However, we're going to try and fight this all the way towards second chicane. We're going to try and dive down the inside. It's dive bomb in towards second chicane, and we force him out wide. We take second place, and that should be that. And that is confirmation. Charles Leclerc wins the Italian Grand Prix for Ferrari. However, from 9th on the grid, it's another podium.
Yes, come on, we're on the podium. Good job this weekend. That's a great drive. Thank you.
And Leclerc to the line, to the checkered flag. It's King Charles today. He wins.
To do it as a team on home soil, that really means something special, and you can see how much it means to them, the drivers involved as well. Great job by them today, of course, as always, but for the fans watching on too, a great display of teamwork here today.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again.
That was a bit of a crazy ending to that race there, with the battles with the McLaren, with Oscar Piastri, with Lando Norris, but Charles Leclerc has been head and shoulders above literally everyone else in this race. He started P4, and because he boxed on lap 12, he gained a massive undercut because of us. And I honestly feel like if we didn't lose those 2 extra seconds, we could have been ahead of that pack, and we could have really been challenging Charles Leclerc for the win today. However, it's a second place, and we take that. We take second place once again on 105 difficulty in our very first season of the Alpine to Glory. Piastri gets 4th place. Gasly scores 1 point. Unfortunately for Pierre Gasly, me and Gasly were pretty much doing the same lap times, 21.3. So, yep, 19 points. And there it is, confirmation. We beat Lance Stroll in the rivalry, and we gain over 2,000 focus points. And plus, we are now in towards 79 awareness and 77 focus. Now with 81 rating in our very first season. Recognition still remains the same with 4 races to go. So, Yep, level 3 for the manufacturing expert, level 1 for the power unit consultant, level 1 for the strategy analyst, and further level 1 for the material fabrication planner. But that is that for episode 11 of the F124 Alpine to Glory, the Italian Grand Prix. Another podium to add in our record books, and this is becoming a great rookie season. And you do not want to miss the next episode, because as you can see, we have a whole ton of upgrades. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe for more F124 content. And I'll see you all in the next video. In a bit.